All right, family. You live with the general. You already know what time it is. We got number 5 for you today. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna be talking about this derelict Neanderthal. You see what I'm saying? Dysfunctional, mentally diseased Neanderthal named Chud the Builder. I don't know of him. I don't care to know of him. I just, he, got into a situation going on this damn internet, being a stunt man, going up into people's personal space, black people with his racism and saying shit like chimp out and all this, trying to agitate a situation, and obviously that's what happened, agitate a situation. And I put into my title that he got off easy because that's exactly what happened. He got off easy because I don't know what's going on with you niggas today. I don't. I don't know what's going on with y'all. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna be straight up with y'all. Back in my day, that shit didn't happen. That shit happened on y'all watch, but you could not get nobody to come into no urban area, nowhere in the United States during the time when we was out here on that shit for real. Oh hell no, man. Y'all is like, man, you know what I'm saying? It's like, because they know that this is listen, y'all don't want to be no soldiers, man. Y'all menaces to y'all own people, but y'all not no soldiers. When them, if a black man had did anything that he had did and antagonize another black man, he be dead. He be dead. That's how y'all is. You know what I'm saying? And they say he been doing this shit for about 5-6 months. Man, dog, that shit did not happen. That shit did not happen. And I'm just gonna be 100. I gotta tell it like it is. I'm not making this shit up. Man, they would have drugged his ass into the alley. He wasn't even attempted to do it. This is the crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? This is the crazy shit. We didn't even see Neanderthals in Detroit. They knew better not to bring their ass into the D, because you ain't coming out. You know what I'm saying? You not coming out. Let me just be serious. You're not coming out. But to come into somebody's community talking about, oh, they chimping out, man, that man would have been unalive long time ago. That man would have been they would have beat that man down. They would have beat that man to death. You see what I'm saying? Long time ago. But see, that's how they, because a motherfucker feel, I'm just judging this shit for what it is. And that just show you where, black manhood as a frequency, not just one man or I'm talking about the respect, because motherfuckers, they feel that they could test a motherfucker now. You see what I'm saying? Because niggas is all too busy doing all this menacing on their own people. They never show up when it's time to tax one of these. You do find some that still got that, they still got that, they got that juice. You feel what I'm saying? There's still some G's out here that are, but I'm talking about pound for pound. I'm talking about straight up pound for pound. I'm talking about back in the day. Shit did not happen. Shit did not happen. You see what I'm saying? And I'm just going to be real. At no point in time could you get a Neanderthal to come in no damn urban area in the United States, 80s, 90s, early 2000s. You couldn't get no motherfucker to come in talking about, man, chimp. Man, that motherfucker be on chalk lines. They'd have drug his ass into the alley some goddamn where you would have never saw that motherfucker ever again. That's just real talk. Do you want me to be real with y'all? I'm going to be real with you. So for him to have, I'm surprised they ain't taxed that other motherfucker that be walking in. I think he half black. I didn't know he always be you. Hey boy, get that up. He be going into all these stores and be like, hey boy, get that up off there for me. And then got another nigga behind. They got on there like some cowboy hats and and he acting like, yeah, and he be like, hey boy, and somebody did snatch his ass up. You know what I'm saying? Somebody has snatched his ass up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Man, please. How long did he got that many opportunities? Man, they all of this pranking shit and all of this shit. Man, y'all niggas is ridiculous, man. Y'all on some other shit. Y'all motherfuckers wouldn't have did no kind of shit like that back in the day. You would not have, you would have been unalived. Period. I'm gonna just be 100. You would have been unalive. Niggas did not play no games like that. You know what I'm saying? You would not had no. There would have been one opportunity. You would have been. They would have dealt with your ass that one time. Ain't no way this man's and I don't know the whole story, but I did see him, walking up on people's, and I seen chimp out. Oh hell no, man. Man, I know people's, man, straight up, man. Listen, back in these niggas was walking terrors. You see what I'm saying, man? Listen here, they might would have poured gasoline on that man. And yeah, I'm being real. They probably would have, you know what I'm saying? They would have poured gasoline on that man. You know what I'm saying? And did something wicked to his ass, and I'm just being real. That just show you where we at today. And I'm just showing you where we at today for him to have a career of 5 or 6 months. And I say he got off light, and he did get off light, because his ass should have been in a box doing all that whole shit, especially at a critical time where we ain't, you ain't supposed to be, nigga, we ain't playing no games. See, but that's all y'all niggas that want to talk with I don't want to talk to no Neanderthal. I ain't got shit to talk, in any type of aggression or any motherfucking thing. Nigga, we gonna deal with this shit on the highest degree. You know what I'm saying? For real. Ain't gonna be no motherfucker. Ain't gonna be dealing. We're gonna deal with this shit with the severity, the most severe goddamn consequences, because they do it all the time. And we can't play no games with them. They out there hanging niggas, dragging niggas, pulling, kidnapping black peoples and shit, and you finding bodies hanging from trees and shit, and y'all let a motherfucker come down at knowing that that's the life that they live and play these games with you. Man, what kind of niggas is y'all, man? Straight up, man. I'm not playing no motherfucking game. I'm glad he let me know, oh, y'all some courageous ass niggas. I mean, in Neanderthal. But I tell this to any of y'all out there that listening to me, y'all niggas is weak. You kill your own people, and then you let this man come out and listen. Hey, you know what, man? That's when the man get to playing all that calling people monkeys and you chimney, nigga. That's hate crime. You understand what I'm saying? You on some hate shit, and they need to charge his ass for a hate crime. You know what I'm saying? For what he did. I don't know if they charge him, but that's a hate crime. When you get to calling people's out their name and shit, and then you antagonize them, that's a physical attack. That shit, bring a trauma, a psychological trauma on people. When a man and they already understand the history of their people and the shit that they are, and this man gonna try to come into his space and play this race card on him and degrade him and shit. Motherfucker lose their mind, man. Take that man head off, man. Straight the fuck up. Y'all niggas out there, man. Y'all niggas need to put them goddamn blunts down in them fucking 40s and pick up some weights, get you some goddamn punching bags, get you some skills, nigga. So if you had to defend yourself, nigga, you could put hands on the motherfucker. Y'all niggas out there weak, nigga. You weak. You ain't gonna lift nothing but a 40, a blunt, and a joystick on the goddamn video game. And he's big and strong, supposed to be defending the goddamn your household, your community, and you letting a motherfucking, man. I cannot believe that motherfuckers didn't fail like this, man. Straight up. And so, and when I say, who the fuck is this? And then they saying he's a punk. They saying he's a big punk. They had the woman come. I seen a woman come on and say, man, I don't even want to say what she said. Oh my God. He's a big punk. man, listen here. Y'all letting these sissies come out there and punk you? Man, don't tell me that's what y'all doing. Boy, that's sad. Letting a sissy punk you and call you out your name. Oh, sissy. Boy, man, man. Y'all, boy, I don't know what code y'all niggas on out there. Niggas say stay on code. What code? What? What damn code, nigga? Y'all talking about stay on code. What damn code? Y'all niggas ain't got no code. Y'all ready to fold. The hell you talking about stay on code? Y'all niggas ready to fold. Time you let a Neander, y'all ready to talk. And nigga, we need soldiers out here, man. There's no way that man should, be menacing and coming up in somebody else's community run. And then you don't know if he one of them old sick motherfuckers ready to pop off. You know what I'm saying? He be ready to pop off, which obviously he shot the man. But I'm talking about pop off and do a mass shooting. He's the same type. If he could do that, he could do a mass shooting. You know what I'm saying? He can go, and you got him walking all in your community and shit like that. We didn't let that happen. Like, man, what the fuck is you doing? I mean, I remember back in the day before you couldn't even, a Caucasian couldn't even come in the goddamn community to do nothing as far as, street shit, man. They had to get something. They had to get a nigga to come to, and then niggas start slipping when they thought them Caucasian had a couple of dollars and shit. And, they come in, they set you up, and he come with $1,000, they come in with hundreds. And so niggas start dropping their guard and letting them. But back in the day, you couldn't even, a Neanderthal couldn't even come to the street on the street level. They had to have somebody with them. They had to stay around the corner some motherfucking way. You know what I'm saying? They had to, you know what I'm saying? They couldn't come nowhere near you know what I'm saying? They had to stay around the corner, and the nigga come and look, nigga, you better not be, with the po-pos, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You better not be bringing no, that's how but now it didn't, man, goddamn, y'all niggas didn't dropped all laws, street codes and all that. Y'all niggas, but y'all are straight up go menacing on a nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm just ashamed of this shit, man. I'm just ashamed, but I tell you what, it gives me the energy to stay on my shit. Anytime I see us, they're just like them brothers in Las Vegas. They had to struggle with that Mexican motherfucker that was about to shoot the shit up. And the guy, I was listening to the guy, and he was struggling with the Mexican, right? That had the AKs. If y'all hear about, they was gonna have another shooting out there. And the brothers, and I'm, you know what I'm saying, in frequency, I told y'all that they like to go into them, soft zones where they know people's is shopping, and you got to be ready. You know what I'm saying? And one of the guys reached over there and grabbed his ass, but he was saying that obviously the Mexican had more strength than him, because he's saying if the other brother wouldn't have came, that he might would have got him. And I say, oh, see, nigga, you ain't on your A game. You supposed to be nigga training. Every black man supposed to be a soldier out there, man. You ain't supposed to be weak where another man can motherfucking manhandle you, you sissy. Damn. You made me say something. I'm like, man, get it together. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to be strong enough to be able to make make a motherfucker like, I don't want to tussle with this nigga. I'm done tussling. If nothing else, you know what I'm saying? You got to be able to at least stand your ground with a motherfucker to make them say, you know what? I don't want to tussle no more. You know what I'm saying? Because this nigga strong than a motherfucker. He knows some shit. I can't outright beat this nigga. Let me go on about my business. At least bring a motherfucker to understand that. You know what I'm saying? And so he had to grab the man, but he felt like the man could have overtook him. And that's not a position you want to be in. You want to be strong enough where you have to put your hand on a motherfucker. You can do what you need to do. You see? And even if a nigga you start breaking shit, man, you know what I'm saying? You just had to, you got to learn some skills. You had to start, and going into some critical areas where it don't take nothing but, you know what I'm saying? Don't even take that much. You go know to start becoming a surgeon of the body, nigga, and learning them pressure points where you can, nigga, even if you small, nigga, if you can get to them pressure points and put in exert the right force in certain areas, nigga, you can bring the biggest motherfucker down to their knees. Nigga, there ain't no muscles in these areas. And once you hit a motherfucker, I don't give a fuck if the motherfucker look like Incredible Hulk. That motherfucker gonna cry when you hit them damn points. And you'd have to learn that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? And when you know, and I'm just putting that out there to you. You see, I'm just putting that out there to you because I don't want, you know, nobody to, you know, be in a predicament and they don't feel like that they could defend themselves, you know. But anyway, family, I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all get on over there, man, to Patreon. I got some fire up there for you. It's there right now. Trapped on the Plantation, FBA Tales of the Big House is up there right now. Also, we got a few of them up there. We got 3 of them up there. It's Jesus, the devil, and yeah, we need to talk about that. I know it might hurt y'all niggas out there because y'all love Jesus. You know what I'm saying? But you need to talk with the general about this. All right, family. I'll see y'all in a minute. Get with me. I'll be black in a second. Black power.